Saint John Baptist de La Salle, patron saint of teachers and founder of the Christian Brothers. This reflection is prepared by Father Ube Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Birth and early life. Saint John Baptist de La Salle was born on April 30, 1651, in Reims, France, into a noble and wealthy family. He was the eldest of 10 children and was destined for a life of privilege. His parents, Louis de La Salle and Nicole Motte de Broillet, provided him with an excellent education. At an early age, he showed a deep interest in religious life and was enrolled in theological studies. Called to priesthood and mission, John Baptist de La Salle was ordained a priest on April 9, 1678. At the age of 27, shortly after, he earned a doctorate in theology. While serving as a canon at the Cathedral of Reims, he encountered Adrien Niel, a layman who was establishing schools for poor boys. This meeting marked a turning point in de La Salle's life. Moved by the plight of poor children who had no access to education, he left his comfortable position and dedicated himself to forming a new kind of school that would provide quality education to those who needed it most. In 1680, he gathered a group of young men willing to teach, training them to be both educators and role models of Christian values. Founding of the Institute of the Brothers of the Christian Schools in 1684. John Baptist de La Salle officially founded the Institute of the Brothers of the Christian Schools, commonly known as the de La Salle Brothers or Christian Brothers. His innovative approach to education included teaching in French instead of Latin, making lessons more accessible, establishing a classroom system rather than private tutoring, training teachers, and developing a structured curriculum, introducing free education for the poor, fostering a deep sense of Christian values in education. Despite facing opposition from those who resisted change, he remained steadfast in his mission, living with his followers and sharing in their hardships. He introduced the concept of teacher formation, recognizing that trained teachers were essential for an effective education system. Accomplishments and growth of his mission. John Baptist de La Salle revolutionized Catholic education by developing a network of schools dedicated to the instruction of working-class boys. His accomplishments include establishing teachers' colleges, seminaries for lay teachers, writing educational books and guidelines for teachers, introducing technical education and boarding schools, developing a method of discipline based on love rather than punishment. By the time of his death, his schools had spread across France and beyond, laying the foundation for what would become one of the most influential teaching congregations in the world. Death and canonization. Worn out by his tireless work, John Baptist de La Salle passed away on April 7, 1719, at the age of 67, in Saint-Jean, Rouen, France. His followers continued his mission, expanding their schools across Europe and the world. He was beatified in 1888 and canonized a saint on May 24, 1900, by Pope Leo XIII. Recognizing his extraordinary contribution to Christian education, Pope Pius XII declared him the patron saint of teachers in 1950. Followers and global presence today. The Institute of the Brothers of the Christian Schools continues Saint John Baptist de La Salle's mission worldwide. As of today, over 3,000 brothers serve in educational institutions. More than 90,000 lay educators collaborate with them. They educate over 1 million students annually. They are present in 79 countries across 5 continents. Legacy and lessons from his life. Saint John Baptist de La Salle's legacy lives on in Catholic schools and educational institutions worldwide. His commitment to providing free and quality education for the poor, his innovative teaching methods, and his faith-centered approach continue to inspire educators and students. His life challenges us to 1. Recognize education as a path to transforming lives. 2. Serve those in need, especially the marginalized. 3. Live a life of faith, humility, and dedication. Saint John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us.